Ever feel like you need a secret decoder ring just to understand, like, the inner workings of your business's SAP system?
It can definitely feel that way sometimes.
Right. Today we're diving into the world of SAP master data.
Master
Think
data.
of it as the DNA of your business, but within the SAP system.
It's not just about data storage, though, is it? It's about making your entire business run more smoothly. From procurement to sales, everything's connected.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We've got a stack of excerpts here from a technical guide to SAP S/4HANA.
Okay.
And frankly, it's a bit daunting.
Right.
But our mission, should we choose to accept it, and we always do, is to sift through the technical jargon and pull out the need-to-know information about master data.
I like it.
So think of it like this. Accurate and well-maintained master data is the foundation for everything else in your SAP system. It's the difference between, like, a well-oiled machine
Right.
and, well, chaos.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly master data? Our source material defines it as reusable data records supporting transactions and processes.
Okay.
But what does that actually mean in plain English?
Essentially, it's the core information about your business that gets used repeatedly
Okay.
across different departments, across different processes, things like customer details, your material information, supplier information. Instead of having to manually enter this information every single time,
Right.
it's already there, it's preloaded, it's ready to go.
So it's like having a centralized library for all your essential business data.
I like that, yeah.
No more searching through endless spreadsheets or chasing down colleagues for that one crucial detail.
Exactly.
I can already see how this would save time and headaches.
Absolutely. And because this data is used everywhere, its accuracy is paramount.
Right.
Inaccurate or inconsistent master data can have a domino effect,
Oh, no.
leading to errors, delays, and even financial losses down the line.
Speaking of essential business data, one term pops up frequently in these excerpts, the material master.
Yes.
And from the looks of it, this thing is a beast.
You're not wrong. The material master record is incredibly comprehensive because it needs to be.
Okay.
It covers everything from basic identifiers like the material description, unit of measure, to much more complex details like procurement information, valuation, and even how the material is used in planning and production.
Okay, I get that it's detailed, but why is all that information necessary? Why is it so extensive?
Because it impacts almost every single business function in SAP.
Really?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah.
Imagine you're in procurement.
Okay.
You need to know who your usual suppliers are for a specific material, what the lead time is for ordering, and what the negotiated price is.
Right.
All of that is stored in the material master.
Wow, so it's like this one record holds the key to understanding a material's entire journey through the company.
Essentially.
That's pretty powerful. And it makes sense that it needs to be so thorough, given how many different teams rely on it.
Exactly. And to make things even more interesting, SAP S/4HANA introduced some key changes to the material master, simplifying certain aspects, like unit of measure groups and quota arrangements.
So it's not just about cramming in as much information as possible,
No.
but also about making sure it's structured in a way that makes sense. Which brings us to, according to the source material, material groups.
Yeah.
I love it when they have these like official names for things, so
Yeah.
help me understand.
So think of material groups as your organizational system for all this material data.
Okay.
It's like the Dewey Decimal System, but for your products,
Yeah.
ensuring everything has its designated place.
Oh, okay.
This makes it much easier to find and manage your materials, to run reports, to analyze your data efficiently.
So instead of every material just floating around in SAP land,
Right.
they each have a designated section that they belong to.
Exactly.
That makes it easier to find what you need when you need it.
Precisely. But the importance of standardized classification goes beyond just organization. It's crucial for things like taxation, compliance, and even international trade.
Oh, wow.
For example, using standard codes like the UNSPSC or the FSC can save a lot of headaches later on.
That makes sense. So a well-defined material group structure isn't just about internal organization.
No.
It's about speaking the same language as your suppliers, your customers, and even regulatory bodies.
Exactly. And that brings us to another crucial aspect of the material master, material numbers.
Okay.
These unique identifiers are like the social security numbers of your materials.
No two are alike.
Exactly. This is essential for tracking materials throughout their entire life cycle.
Wow.
From procurement to production to sales. Without unique identifiers, things could get messy quickly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Imagine trying to track inventory. if you had multiple materials with the same or even very similar names.
Oh, I can see how that would be a recipe for disaster. Accidental orders, inaccurate stock levels, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it can be a real mess.
So unique identification is key for maintaining accurate data and avoiding costly mistakes.
Absolutely. It's all about creating a system where every material has a distinct identity, making it easy to track and manage throughout its life cycle in the SAP system.
This is all starting to paint a clearer picture of how important these seemingly small details are in the grand scheme of things.
It all matters.
Right. But our deep dive into master data doesn't stop there.
Oh.
Our sources point to a pretty significant shift in SAP S/4HANA, the business partner revolution.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Ah, yes, this is a big one. In SAP S/4HANA, we say goodbye to the separate vendor and customer masters.
Okay.
And hello to the unified business partner model.
Wait, so instead of having two separate entries, one for vendors and one for customers,
Right.
we now have one master record to rule them all.
That's the idea.
Yeah. What's the thinking behind combining them?
So it's all about reflecting the real-world complexity of business relationships.
Okay.
Because before, businesses would have to juggle these two separate masters for the same entity if they acted as both a customer and a vendor.
Okay, I need an example because my brain is starting to hurt.
Okay, sure. So let's say you're a large manufacturer.
Okay.
You purchase components from a supplier. That makes them a vendor, right?
Right.
But what if you also sell your finished products to that same company? Now they're both a customer and a vendor.
I get it. So instead of having two separate records with potentially conflicting information,
Right, exactly.
you have one central business partner record that covers all the bases.
Exactly.
That's pretty elegant.
It streamlines data management. It provides this holistic view of your business relationships.
Okay.
And our source material actually gives some other interesting examples.
Okay.
Think about a company with manufacturing and distribution arms or social services organizations, navigating foster care.
Oh, wow.
The lines between customer and vendor can get very blurry.
That makes a lot of sense. But I'm guessing the process of migrating to this new business partner model
Yeah.
from the old separate vendor and customer master records
Right.
is no walk in the park.
You're right. Converting to the business partner model in SAP S/4HANA is a significant undertaking. But for the sake of brevity, we won't get bogged down in all the technical weeds, which our sources delve quite deeply into.
Okay.
We'll stick to the high-level view.
Music to my ears. So what are the key steps involved in this conversion process, if you had to kind of boil it down?
Yeah, so think of it as a 4-phase journey.
Okay.
Preparation, synchronization, conversion, and then post-processing and testing.
Okay.
Each phase has its own set of tasks and considerations.
Okay, walk me through it. What
Okay.
happens in the preparation stage?
So this is where you lay the groundwork. You're scrutinizing your current system for any customizations that might need adjustments. Activating the necessary business functions, configuring the new settings. One of the big tasks here is mapping your existing customer and vendor data to the new business partner structure.
So it's a lot of behind-the-scenes work to ensure everything's in order before you even start moving data around.
Precisely. Our sources emphasize running various checks throughout this phase to catch any potential issues early on
Right.
and avoid bigger headaches down the road.
Makes sense. On to the next stage.
Yeah.
Synchronization. What's happening here?
So this is where the system starts matching up your old customer and vendor data with the new business partner structure,
Okay.
essentially playing matchmaker with your data.
I like it.
It's a huge data migration project, so naturally there's potential for errors, which will need to be reviewed and addressed.
Sounds like a good time to treat your technical team to some extra strong coffee.
You got it. Now, the actual conversion phase is where things get very technical.
Okay.
Think system upgrades, database migrations.
Oh, boy.
But thankfully, this is mostly handled by the technical wizards behind the curtain.
Okay.
No need for us to become SAP basis experts overnight.
Okay, phew. So then we're on to the final phase, post-processing and testing. What's the name of the game here?
So this is all about ensuring a smooth transition.
Okay.
And that everything works as expected with this new business partner model.
Right.
You're verifying configurations, testing transactions, and basically kicking the tires to make sure it's all running smoothly.
I imagine this phase involves a healthy dose of crossing your fingers and hoping for the best.
You could say that, but successfully implementing the business partner model is worth the effort. It's a significant change that can streamline your data management and provide a much more unified view of your business relationships.
So we've covered what master data is, that foundational business information.
Right.
We've tackled the behemoth material master
Yes.
and explored the business partner revolution.
Revolution indeed.
But for our listeners out there who are thinking, okay, but why should I care about any of this?
Right.
Can you tie it all together for us?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's a great one. It might seem like we've been swimming in a sea of technical terms and abstract concepts.
A little bit, yeah.
But I promise you, this stuff has a direct impact on your business.
Okay.
And understanding it can be a game changer. It really can.
Okay, so you're saying that even though this all seems very behind the scenes,
Yeah.
master data is actually the unsung hero of a well-run business.
Precisely.
It's like the foundation that nobody sees.
It's the engine under the hood.
Yes, exactly.
You don't see it, but if it's not working right, nothing works right.
Exactly.
Think of it this way. If your master data is inaccurate, inconsistent,
Right.
it can snowball into a whole host of problems across your entire organization.
Give me a real-world example, because I always think those are helpful.
Okay, sure. Imagine you're a clothing retailer.
Okay.
You have this hot new jacket, everyone wants it.
Okay, yeah.
But your material master has the wrong unit of measure.
Okay.
It says pieces instead of boxes.
Oh, no.
You place an order for 100 pieces,
Right.
thinking you're getting 100 boxes of jackets.
Oh.
But you actually receive 100 individual jackets.
Someone is getting a very small delivery.
Exactly. And probably a big headache trying to figure out what went wrong.
Right.
Not only have you lost sales because you don't have enough inventory,
Right.
your customers are frustrated by the delays, and your bottom line takes a hit.
It's the domino effect.
Exactly. It all comes back to that master data.
So it's not just about avoiding errors. It's about having this reliable data to make informed business decisions.
Yes, exactly. From inventory management and procurement to production planning, sales forecasting, even financial reporting.
Yeah.
It all relies on accurate master data.
Wow.
Get it right, and you have a solid foundation for efficient, accurate, and ultimately more profitable operations.
Right.
Get it wrong, well,
Quick.
things can go south pretty quickly.
You said it. But on a more positive note, having this clean, consistent master data,
Right.
it also enables you to unlock the full potential of, your SAP system, right?
Yeah,
Things like business intelligence, predictive analytics,
absolutely.
all those data-driven insights that can give you a real competitive edge.
Exactly. So it's not just about keeping the lights on.
Right.
It's about using your data to innovate and to grow.
You've officially made master data sound a lot more exciting than I ever thought possible.
I know, right?
It's not just about data entry.
No.
It's about strategy, efficiency, and making smarter decisions.
It's all connected. And I think this deep dive really highlights a crucial point.
What's that?
Even though we're talking about software, we're talking about data, it's essential to keep that bigger picture in mind. At its core, SAP is a tool to help businesses thrive, and master data is the foundation upon which all of that is built.
So the next time our listeners hear someone start talking about material masters or business partners,
Right,
they'll know it's not just tech jargon.
right.
It's the language of a well-run, future-proof business.
Exactly. And as businesses evolve,
Right.
With the rise of e-commerce, increasingly complex global supply chains, the explosion of data we're seeing,
Right.
mastering master data will only become even more critical.
That's a great point. This deep dive has definitely provided a glimpse into the current state of master data in SAP.
It has.
But its evolution is far from over, am I right?
Absolutely. It's an area that will continue to grow. It will continue to change as technology advances, as the business landscape evolves. But armed with a solid understanding of the fundamentals, navigating those changes will be far less daunting.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the nitty-gritty details of material masters to the big picture impact of master data on business success.
It's been a deep dive indeed.
It really has. And for our listeners who are eager to explore even further, don't worry, we'll provide some additional resources in the show notes.
Yes, happy exploring.
Until next time.